Welcome back to Concised Microbiology exam preparative video with me Kavya Tendal. Today we'll be seeing about the hypersensitivity reaction. This is part 3. Part 1 and part 2 video link is in the description. Do check it out. If you have not subscribed our channel, do subscribe for more interesting videos like this, and as well press the bell icon so that you will receive a daily video notification. Today we'll be seeing about the type 3 and type 4 hypersensitivity reactions. First is type 3. One thing we must remember is it is because of excess antigen antibody complex. Normally this antigen antibody complex will be cleared by the complement, that is the complement will be attaching itself to the RBC, and the RBC will go to spleen, and there will be destruction and immune complex will be decreasing in the blood. But if at all there is excess antigen and antibody, that initiates type 3 hypersensitivity reaction. So it is antigen antibody complex. So there will be antigen which is of exogenous or endogenous type. Basically, if at all an antigen is in excess, it is usually of monovalent antigen. That is, this antigen is monovalent, that means it is small. This antigen in excess will form small soluble complex. That small soluble complex will go entire to the body and cause generalized type 3 hypersensitivity reaction. In case of antibody excess, antibody will be larger, and thereby it forms larger insoluble immune complex that will not travel all through the body, where rather it causes localized type 3 hypersensitivity reaction to be noted. Antigen excess generalized, antibody excess localized. Now coming to mechanism, it is of classical complement activation, platelet and Hedgeman factor. To easily remember and I have an idea. So type 3, remember 3. In any immune response, first is an antigen and then will be an antibody, and the complement fixes. We are noting the complement is actually coming in the third place, and remember classical complement activation is one of the mechanism in type 3 hypersensitivity reaction. Now when someone of us is asking about the blood cells, we'll be saying first the RBC, then the WBC, at last we'll be saying the platelet. Here also when mentioning platelet as third one, so platelet activation is also one of the mechanism in type 3 hypersensitivity reaction. At last coming to Hedgeman factor activation. In Hedgeman factor activation, there is basically kinin is activated, in turn causing vasodilatation and edema. These are all very important mechanism in type 3 hypersensitivity reaction. What are the types? One, it could be as well said local and generalized. Important example is insect bite, farmer's lung and bird fences disease. Insect bite to be remembered. Now coming to localized, this is actually called as Arthur's reaction, wherein the large size antigen antibody complex that causes vasculitis and local tissue necrosis. Always never forget, type 3 hypersensitivity reaction causes vasculitis. Coming to generalized, I have already discussed that generalized or systemic, it causes small size antigen antibody because of that small size antigen antibody complex. Let us see the diseases. We already said type 3 hypersensitivity reaction, that is generalized, it means there should be excess of the antigen. Now here coming to one important disease, the connective tissue disorder, especially SLE, rheumatoid arthritis and polyarthritis nodosa, here wherein which the self antigen are attacked by the autoantibodies. Always remember connective tissue disorder, SLE, rheumatoid arthritis and polyarthritis nodosa. Polyarthritis nodosa is a form of again a vasculitis. Parasitic infection, simply remember malaria, schistosomiasis and African trypanosomas. In schistosomiasis it is especially Katayama fever, and in Plasmodium malariae it causes the renal syndrome, that is nephrotic syndrome. In Plasmodium malariae is again a type 3 hypersensitivity reaction. Other could be viral disease, all the viruses like hepatitis B, C and EBV virus, dengue virus. All of these are except for EBV, it causes arthritis, to be remembered. And one important thing we should never ever forget is streptococcal pyogen, that is post streptococcal glomerulonephritis PSG, and wherein which child will be having a scabies like rash in the skin, and after he also has a history of throat infection. Following that he will present with hematuria. Never forget, PSG is again an important immune complex deposition because of type 3 hypersensitivity reaction. And at last graft rejection, hyperacute graft rejection, SABE and serum sickness. Now coming to what is Arthur's reaction, very simple. Now what we do is we take an animal, and that animal would have been exposed to one antigen and developed immunity. What is that developed immunity is, for that antigen that animal will have the antibody in the circulation. Now the animal will be again injected with the same antigen intradermally. It means the animal is already having the antibodies for the antigen in the blood, and again we are injecting the antigen. Now what will happen is that antibody in the blood will reach this antigen, will form complex, and then it forms dermal necrosis, immune complex mediated inflammation and localized tissue necrosis. This is what is called as Arthur's reaction, a type of type 3 hypersensitivity reaction. Now coming to what is serum sickness, as the name suggests, serum. If at all a person is treated with serum therapy, example, if a person is suffering from tetanus, we'll be giving the horse anti-tetanus serum. Now horse anti-tetanus serum will be containing a horse serum protein. Serum as serum protein, it is horse, so horse serum protein is foreign to our body. This horse serum protein in our body induce antibody formation, and this antibody will form a complex that will result like after 7 to 8 days of this serum therapy, the person will present with complaints of fever, with rash and hematuria again, like it presents with like glomerulonephritis, also lymphadenopathy. Later these immune complexes are cleared slowly and free antibodies will accumulate in the body. This is all about serum sickness, again a type of type 3 hypersensitivity reaction. With this we are completing type 3 hypersensitivity reaction. Now we move on to type 4 hypersensitivity reaction. Peculiar feature is it is cell-mediated immunity mediated and it is delayed. What is the importance of this 48 hours to 72 hours is, I'll say later. See, it is also similar to first type 1 hypersensitivity, wherein it has sensitizing phase and effector phase. We have already studied in type 1 hypersensitivity reaction, the late manifestation could be nearly by 48 hours. But here in type 4 hypersensitivity reaction, it is after 48 hours, that is from 48 hours to 72 hours, there will be initiation of the reaction. Here also it is two phases, and one important cell is Th1 cell, mostly rarely it is CD8 and Th17 cells. It is all about intracellular organism, again to be noted. Then tuberculin test is a prototype test for this type 4 hypersensitivity reaction. This type 4 hypersensitivity reaction is a protective response, but there is a non-specific tissue destruction, and this is also present with granuloma. Some important cytokines that is released in this reaction is, it could be one important is, that is interferon gamma, interleukin 2, 3, and then the rest are monocyte, chemotactic and activation factor, and migration inhibitory factor, these two factors. But to be remembered, always interferon gamma. Let us now see what are the types, how is the granuloma is formed. So basically there is a cell injury and there is an antigen, and there is the failure to digest the antigen. Now macrophage is going to engulf it. Then what happens, there is a weak acute inflammatory response. The same macrophage is engulfing it. There is resistance to that persistence of this injurious agent. It will not be get digested, or there will be T cell mediated immune response. Because of that, there is activation of CD4 cells, and that releases cytokines, that is especially interleukin 1 to interferon gamma, tumor necrosis factor alpha, as well monocyte chemotactic factor. Remember interferon gamma at least. So because of this, there is accumulation of tissue macrophages, and there is decreased recruitment from the blood. There is local proliferation of T cells. These cytokines from the T cell will activate the macrophage, that is interferon gamma will activate macrophage, and this macrophage will be transforming into the epithelioid cells, and they coalesce to form the giant cell. And also there is secretion of fibroblastic proliferative cytokine, that is TGF beta and PDGF. Ultimately there will be focal aggregation of this lymphocyte and other inflammatory cell, forming a granuloma. To concise, there is phagocytosis, failure to digest, there is activation of macrophage by interferon gamma, and then there is formation of epithelioid cell, giant cell, formation of granuloma. Now coming to examples, we know this Mycobacterium leprae, Mycobacterium tuberculosis being a classical example. Apart from this, Listeria monocytogenes, important organism that is causing meningitis, and Brucella abortus. Coming to virus, especially Episymplex virus, measles virus and variola virus. Intracellular fungi, one important intracellular fungi, that is Cryptococcus neoformans, Histoplasma capsulatum, and Candida albicans, Pneumocystis jirovecii. We already said Mantoux test is a prototype test for type 1 hypersensitivity reaction, as well Lepromin test, which is for leprosy. Then Montenegro test for leishmaniasis, and Freeze test is done for LGV, that is lymphogranuloma venereum. All are type 4 representative reactions. Other reactions could be contact dermatitis, type 1 representative reaction, Hashimoto thyroiditis, Crohn's disease, one important thing, that is sarcoidosis. Now coming to what is contact dermatitis. In contact dermatitis, what happens is the trigger should be nickel, poison oak, or poison ivy. All these substances will act and happens. This hapten will bind to skin proteins, and this forms a complex. Skin macrophage APCs, that is Langerhans cell, will internalize hapten skin protein that will activate Immune response, that is the activated macrophage that has engulfed this will release lytic enzyme, thereby skin lesions appear. This is all about contact dermatitis. Thank you so much for your patient listening, with which we have done the type 4 hypersensitivity reaction also.